so excited. I'm gonna play a little bit of the song.
Hold up, don't look over your shoulder. Just keep your composure. Not any sudden movements now. Hold up, don't show your emotion. Don't start a commotion. They sense your tense, relax somehow. Chain reaction is getting traction. Waiting with bated breath for the word from the faction. Will you jump into action? Are you overreacting? Hold up, assess the situation. High threat of predation.
Okay, hello and welcome. Directly streaming live from Canada. Believe it or not, these oh my gosh, these technologies, it's unbelievable. Here is Martin from Radio Bloodstream. However, the most important, I have Skye from the SUMO CYCO. Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. Thanks for having me today.
No, thank you very much for joining this virtual, studio here. So, how are you? How's things in Canada these days? Because we don't have much, feedback from Canada. We hear all kind of crazy stuff from US and all
Yeah,
kind of, trade. But how's Canada these days, Sky?
we're a little quiet, I guess, but it's unfortunately still a lockdown situation over here. So it's only super essential services that are open. So we're not out enjoying the outdoor pubs just yet, but fingers crossed that we catch up to the rest of the world with the vaccination so we can kind of get back to shows and all that good stuff.
Oh my goodness. So, Sumo Cyco is about to release a new album. And let me just take a look. What's the name of it? Imitation. And
Yes.
so, what was behind and how the crazy world, the last year, how difficult was to put this thing together?
Well, Initiation actually was a brainchild back in 2018. And we started a crowdfunding campaign in hopes to start raising money for the record. And then, uh, as fate would have it, we just got super busy in 2019. We were slammed with touring. We had great opportunities to play like Download Festival, and we went on tour through the States with Ginger. We had a great year and didn't have much time to work on the record. So we were starting to get back to it. And just as we were starting to get back to it, we heard that Napalm Records was interested in coming aboard. So then we kind of put a little bit of a stall on the release to like catch them up, make sure they were working with us. And then, of course, after we signed with them in January 2020, shortly after the pandemic hit, and then again, we kind of put things on
Yeah.
pause, wondering how this is going to affect the release, how we, going to move on in this industry under these circumstances. So the record's been a long time in the making, and we're finally releasing it this May. So I'm so excited to finally get it out. And but being a record that took place through many different kind of scenarios, there's really a roller coaster of emotions. Because if you can imagine how I was feeling when I wrote songs back in 2019 was a lot different than how I felt in 2020.
Yeah, I can imagine. So that sounds like you already have stuff for the next album.
Yeah, almost. We have a backlog of a lot of music, and but that in a way made this record, I think, even better because we curated the best of the best, and it really is kind of one of these records we really, really thought about taking the listeners on a journey and make sure they have every single little bit of Sumo Psycho style kind of mashed together in this record.
So, how many songs is actually on the initial album, and how difficult? I mean, you said you put the lyrics together. So, who's behind the music actually, Sky?
Yeah, so myself and my guitarist, Matt Drake, we live in our home studio. It's an old converted church. We have music videos we do here. We do all of our music here. And Matt and I write all the songs together, and he produces most of the tracks. But we also were able to work with a producer on two of the tracks. One on Vertigo and this other song called Overdrive. We went down to Vegas and
Oh,
worked with a guy named Kane Shirko, and we had an awesome time with him. He's a great producer, has worked with, everyone from Papa Roach in this moment, Five Finger Death Punch, and he just has a great beautiful studio called the Hideout Recording Studio. So we were fortunate enough to spend 2 weeks with him, and it was definitely different than recording in our home studio, that's for sure.
Yes. So, how difficult it was actually put together, I mean, the whole crew, the whole band, during these pandemic, times.
Yeah, well, the one thing is, that SUMO CYCO's always been a very independent DIY band. So we always do things ourselves. So a bunch of the music videos were literally done with a crew of two, just Matt and I. We film our own music videos and obviously write, and he produces. So basically, lots of this lockdown was just the two of us. And then when we invited the other two guys, Oscar and Trozy, to come in, in between some of the lockdowns, we were able to make it work and tried to bubble together so we could all work on the music. And yeah, we did our best. I would have loved, obviously, to have more crew members, more people involved in some projects, but luckily we have amassed a few skills along these years to help us
Yeah.
through this situation. So we did a lot of it ourselves.
That's awesome. So so what was the inspiration for this album, for this invitation? Sounds like something, beginnings, or what was the
Yeah.
inspiration actually?
So I think that was a bunch of different things. So we always have a theme for our records as far as the artwork and the visuals go, but we also have the real world inspiration. And I'm always inspired by true events, my life. And then I take those kind of like nuggets of things that kind of stick in my head that I feel like I want to write about. And I kind of go to my fantasy world. And my fantasy world is a place called Psycho City where anything goes and everyone's invited. And it's just like the most wild, magical place, kind of like an alternate dimension or a comic book universe. And that's where all our music videos take place. And that's where I get the ideas for some of our visuals and our artwork. And so, yeah, Initiation has a side of it that's kind of inviting. I think the initiation is to initiate, not
Yes.
us, but initiate the audience into our world. We've had such an amazing 10 years of being a band. It's crazy to say, but still at this point, we're still meeting new people that had no idea we existed. So those are the types of people we're trying to invite into our world to get initiated SUMO CYCO style.
Well, including myself, I didn't know, there's a band, exists with this kind of crazy name, first of all, but it's a lovely stuff, and on your Facebook page, when I'm just, looking at, and it says, yeah, like a punk kind of style, it's all kind of different things. So was the whole idea at the beginning, to have this kind of crazy punk cross metal kind of thing style, or was it just, something you just pop out automatically?
Well, SUMO CYCO is really built out of a rebellion in a way. I felt a little like uninspired by music before I started SUMO CYCO, and I heard a few bands that were super influential, and I got in touch with Matt, who's the co-writer, co-creator of SUMO CYCO,
Yeah.
and I just started getting really excited about the ideas of experimenting and being able to push my voice further than it had ever gone. And I mean, I've been in the music industry since I was really young. I started recording professionally at 12 years old and did a lot of different things in my teen years, even opened up for Britney Spears and was on the Disney Channel and things like
Yes.
that. So I kind of felt like I needed to still experiment before I felt like I didn't get to do that in my teens with music because I was already on a trajectory of like, oh, I was doing this and that was doing so well that I was like, well, I haven't been able to see if my voice can scream, if my voice can rap, if my voice can do this. Let's do it. Let's try everything. And so SUMO CYCO was that experiment. And Matt comes from a different background than I do as far as music. And we kind of loved just like telling each other about our inspirations and kind of combining our forces and making this project a little bit different and not being afraid of trying a calypso beat in a metal song.
I see. So that's a more like Matt and you work all the lyrics, all the music together, or is it just like a teamwork as well? So the other members of the band, have something to say as well.
Yeah, so Matt and I are the founders of Sumo Cyco, and we're
Yes.
the main writers. So he is more on the music side, and I'm more on the lyric melody side. But we both really collaborate in that process as well. So we really push each other to do better. And he'll come to me with music that I'll be like, no, 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 you got to repeat that part, do that again. That's not good enough. And he'll do the same with me and my lyrics. So we just push each other's buttons until this becomes this, you know?
Yes.
And the other two guys are great. We've had a few member lineups, so that's why we always kind of the core of the band has always been Matt and myself. But Trozy and Oscar are great, and what they bring to playing the songs is a whole other dimension. So that when we go live, it's almost like a whole new experience because of the fact that we've kind of come to a different vibe when we're all in a room together and we kind of take the songs to that, next level. So yeah, so that's kind of how we work, the Sumo Cyco crew.
So now it will be the May 7th will be the release of the album. Now
Yeah.
is the important part. You like to support this, you like to go out for the tour. So what do you think it will be the first possible, maybe day? What's the Canada situation or maybe the world situation? I don't know where you're, booking anywhere.
Yeah. Well, we have our feelers out right now, so we have nothing 100% confirmed yet that we can announce.
Yeah.
But I want the fans to know that it is a priority for us, and we want to get out there. And we miss everyone, we miss touring, and so we will definitely be trying to get over to Europe, to UK, to America eventually. So yeah, it's just about kind of crossing the T's and dotting the I's, making sure everything's is going to
Yes.
work out safely. But we're excited for it.
Yeah, there's a here and there, looking like, but I don't think there will be any big events, I mean, like a big festivals, like a download, let's say, though I don't think there will be anything this year. I think they're already postponed for next year, which
Yeah.
was very wise. And but however, do you think maybe small venues, even in Canada, maybe possible in a maybe end of this year? What do you think,
Yeah,
Sky?
I think so. I'm optimistic that we'll be back touring by the end of the year. So right now we're kind of
Yeah.
looking towards October, November,
Yep.
December as hopefully being able to tour at that point. That would be great.
So how we can support you before that, actually. So where we can
Yeah.
you found your merchandise and stuff. So how we can support you, Sky?
Yeah. So I love the business side of things. So I run our own online store for a while, but you can also find our music at Napalm Records. If you go to sumocyco.com, which is SUMOCYCO, it'll
Yep.
take you right to the initiation pre-order. We have a bunch of bundles you guys can look into. You can also take our quiz on our website, which tells you which Psycho City gang you belong to. And you can also follow us on all the social medias. It's just Sumo Cyco, SUMOCYCO.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So, is anything, I'm just looking on a page, you've been actually streaming on a Sirius XM. I used to live in Chicago for a couple of years, about
Cool.
11 years. That's where my little bit of accent from. And the Sirius is very, very known in America. So how was that one for you?
Yeah, we've been very lucky to have some support with Sirius. Have a song, our first single, Bystander, was played a lot on Liquid Metal and Octane, which was so cool. They were being played at the same time. And now our new single, Vertigo, is on Test Drive on Octane. So right now we're trying to get the word out that Vertigo's on the airwaves so everyone can request and listen to Sumo Cyco.
So we did play. I think we did play the Surrender. So or maybe I played the Vertigo. Oh, I played the Vertigo, did I? So
I think
maybe
you
we
played
can
No Surrender.
no Surrender. So we can play now the Vertigo now. So
Cool.
at the end of the interview. So Sky, can I have a little question for you? I mean, question. It's not even a question. It's a request. Can
Sure.
you shout little like a radio reading for us?
Yeah, of course I can.
I am, you, we are, and this is and you're listening to Radio Bloodstream. Can you do that for us, please? Thank
Yeah.
you.
Hey, it's Skye from Sumo Cyco, and you're listening to Radio Bloodstream.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time, and hopefully everything goes away, all this crazy stuff with this coronavirus, and we'll see you guys soon somewhere live stream, not the live streaming, live shows,
Yeah,
finally, hopefully.
that would be great. Well, thank you
Yes.
so much for taking the interest and time to talk to me today. I appreciate
Thank
spreading the
you.
word.
Thank you very much, and take care, and say hello to the rest of your band.
I will. Take care.
All
Bye.
right. Cheers. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you very much. There was a Skye from SUMO CYCO, and we will play the latest released single and with the name Vertigo. Here we go, guys, on RadioBloodstream.com. I can't hear anything, can you?
No.
For some reason. It's not playing. I don't know why. Oh, I know. I think I know why. There you go. Yep. That's the reason. Because I mute.
There you go.
There you go. Yes.
I'm ready, don't test me. I've got to break free from this feeling. Why is it so damn hard to see? You got me so high up, I cannot breathe. Give me vertigo, vertigo. I got vertigo, vertigo. This time I'll set myself free. No, you won't get the best of me. Give me vertigo, vertigo. I got vertigo, vertigo. Oh, look at the time, tick, tick, ticking time, I'm in my mind. I may be in danger 'cause I'm blind, blind. Look, I'm dying, I'm close to crime.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think that's enough for tonight. And the Vertigo and No Surrender is actually spinning on Radio Bloodstream right now, worldwide, streaming live 24/7 on RadioBloodstream.com. Thank you very much, Skye, for your time. And as I say, hopefully we'll see you soon somewhere live. All right? Take care.
Thank you. Take
Cheers.
care. Bye,
Thank you very
Martin.
much. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, so there was SUMO CYCO, especially the Skye, the singer from the band. Thank you very much again, and hopefully, as I said again, we'll see you soon somewhere live in this crazy world. Thank you. See you soon.
Go.